Thank you. And our final presentation before lunch is from Fabián from the Wellness Center 101, Director of Student Health Services. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Almost. I'm the worst person because I'm holding you from your lunch, so I'm going to try to be as brief as possible, but please, if you have any questions, ask them freely. So I oversee Health and Wellness Services, which continues to kind of develop and expand as the semester moves on. Just a brief overview for everyone. If a student is not feeling well, we have a nurse on campus, an RN that will respond if a student is interested in finding out about health, finding a physician in the community, finding any kind of medical needs that they might have. We have a nurse on campus that provides all of this for free. That's part of our health services. We do a lot of activities based on the month, from heart health to diabetes awareness, etc. And you'll probably see our nurse and some of our students on the bridge promoting these kind of preventative tabling workshops. We also have a program for students that are parents. So if anyone on campus, you have a student that are parents, we have a lot of them on our campus. We also have students that are pregnant and they're kind of unsure what to do as far as the following semester. We highly encourage you to send them over to us. We'll sit down with them, we'll find them any kind of community resources they might need for their child, for themselves, and really sit down and plan looking forward to what that following semester might be. They might need accommodations based on their pregnancy and have to take some days, and we try to advocate for them and meet with the professor and try to connect with the professor, let him know what their rights are. So besides the student-parent program, we also have a program to support students and faculty, actually, and staff that are experiencing domestic violence in their home and their families. We have an organization that we are connected with that comes here 2 days a week that will meet with our student, faculty, and staff directly. They can always come to me first, and then we try to provide as much support as we can, and we're linked to so many community resources that can support. And a lot of our students experience this, I've had students that worked as a work study for some of our offices, and maybe a year later they felt comfortable speaking to me or speaking to one of our staff members. So it's happening more frequently than we think, and students just aren't comfortable opening up about those experiences, and once they do, they really get a lot of support on the campus. We also have a wellness program, and this is really a lot of fun things for our students to do. You might have seen some of the flyers from the salsa classes to mindfulness and drawing. We do something called Pause and Paint. All of this stuff is free. It's open to students. The staff and faculty are also welcome to attend. I think we found that when faculty and staff attend any of our workshops, you see more students coming because they kind of feel like, all right, they want to join them, they see them as a mentor, and they kind of see more into it. We've done that with Zumba classes, with our yoga classes, and it seems to be much more successful. And the wellness is really focused on, again, preventative work, but really focused on any type of area of health. So we do sexual health. We have HIV testing here twice a month. We do a lot of outreach and education on the bridge, from nutrition to looking at encouraging students to drink more water versus sweetened beverages, and anything in that particular area. We also encourage students and faculty and staff to come to us and talk to us about ideas that you might have that might be popular. So the Pause and Paint that one especially came up with was based on some student recommendations, and it's very popular. They come in there, we provide the canvas, our wellness specialist facilitates the event, the workshop, and it's really seems to be helpful for the students, especially when someone talked about finals and midterm stressors. It's a real way to kind of disconnect and feel a little bit more relaxed. And that's kind of like an overview. Oh, and then the last thing actually I forgot to mention was Single Stop. So Single Stop is now under Health and Wellness, and they provide really so many important services, from food pantry. Any student on campus that is struggling with food insecurity, they can stop by the food pantry twice a month, pick up a bag of mostly canned and boxed food, non-perishable. And there's no questions asked, they just sit down, they fill out a form really quickly, and they take their food and they go. So that's a really great program we have for those students. We have tax season coming up, and we bring in a tax specialist, which will be, I believe, next week, they might be coming. We have posters around the campus. And they'll be here through April. So every Tuesday, they'll be able to help students with any tax forms that they might have to complete, and that's really helpful when they look at future financial aid, etc. And it also we're also servicing alumni. So we also have attorneys that come here once a week. So a student might have a legal challenge for many different reasons, and we have an attorney that's here once a week. They can come here on a Thursday, or I would say make an appointment beforehand, and the attorneys here are every Thursday. We provide other kind of supportive services through Single Stop, and so if there's any student struggling with something that I may not have mentioned, then they can just stop by the office, look, this is what's happening. We have housing as one of the resources, but housing is such a challenge for everyone, so I don't like to emphasize that because we can't really do much for them. Just kind of link them into places that they can apply, but housing has always been a big challenge for our students. I always encourage students to also look at our scholarship website, because there are really a lot of great internal scholarships just for our students that might address some of these issues, from transportation to housing and security to food insecurity to maybe Con Edison bill they're going to cut off the electricity. These emergency kind of types of scholarships have been really beneficial to students. So that's kind of a brief overview of what we do, and open it up to any questions that anyone might have.
Just if you could mention where and the hours of the center.
Sure. So we're in this building on the first floor, D101. Generally open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. On Wednesdays and Thursdays, we're actually open till 7 p.m. So those are our late nights. So anyone can access any of those services Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Wednesday and Thursday, till 7 p.m. D building, first floor. They can just walk right through the lobby and ask for any of the health and wellness services or Single Stop. Thank you. That's what I have to mention that. Thank you.
Sorry, you just mentioned the internal scholarships website, and just thinking out loud a little bit here, I've had several students who have been really proactive in applying for those scholarships, but it would be really great if you could maybe have a workshop for faculty on how to tailor their letters of recommendation, because we write so many different types, and I'm never sure, like, it often seems like people, like students who are doing that sort of need a blanket statement for many different things, and it would be really helpful to hear what the people who are reading those letters are actually looking for. So it's just, I just thought of it because you mentioned that.
That's actually a good question. The scholarship coordinator, her name is Maji Lipfeld. She actually provides a orientation to students, but I didn't think about it. That's probably a really good idea to do it for faculty and staff. I review some of the scholarships. I can tell you that the letter of recommendation is something I kind of breeze through. It's not something that's crucial in my, I'm sorry, I'm being honest, okay? Other people might, really read them, thoroughly. I just kind of like skim through it. That's just because we have so many things to do and it gets a little tough. But I really review more focused on what the student writes, what their needs are, and if those needs match what the scholarship criteria is requested. But definitely, be specific on your letter. And for me personally, I'd rather pour more time into reading, what they write. But I think that's a good recommendation, and I'll follow up and let the coordinator know. Any other questions? We're ready for lunch?